Get your rub on with
Hello, world.
Less
This is
light.
Brad and Brian with Addicted to the Q, sponsored by King Louie's Meat Apostle. Make everyone dizzy. Put my phone in a tripod. How you doing tonight?
Again.
Can you hear me, Juke?
I can hear you now, yes.
Okay. How you doing tonight?
Doing good, bud. How about yourself? How you fellas doing tonight?
Not too bad. Harry Brian's off mute.
Good.
So, I guess we'll get this thing rolling. I can pull up my notes. I decided finally, after writing questions down and printing them off, which I still do print them off, I didn't get a chance to this time. I have two phones, so I just send it from one phone to the other. That way I can use one phone and use the other phone for questions. So introduce yourself and tell us your team name.
My name is Juke Moreno. I'm with Texas Country BBQ.
So where'd the name come from?
A buddy of mine, Jamie Hernandez, he came up with that name for me, and I stuck with it, ran with it. He thought it was a pretty cool name. I said, hey, let's give it a shot. And it's took off. I've been with it. It's been a couple of years ago since he got, come up with a name for me.
Gotcha. So when did you start competing?
I started competing back in 2020. The Texas Barbecue chapter put on a competition. Somewhere in the East Texas. There was quite a few teams out there. I don't remember exactly the count. And we went out there and got some buddies of mine together. We just decided we were going to jump in there and give it a shot. And we had a great time. We ended up with an RGC there, and we had a blast.
Yep, RGC at your first contest would definitely set the hooks. That's for damn sure.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I got an 8th place rib call on my first cook, and it set the hooks bad enough. So,
yeah.
So, do you have any teammates, or do you cook alone now?
Yeah, I have some teammates. I've got a couple of guys. Cody Wortham, he's a cousin of mine that cooks with me. He helps me out. Mark Martinez, he'll come out and help out. He's a buddy of mine from the barbecue chapter, and of course my buddy Jamie, he'll come out and help me every now and then. Chris Barger, I just travel with a bunch of my friends, and we go out and have a good time, man.
Yeah.
So do you cook primarily IBCA, Outlaw, CBA? What do you normally cook?
When I first started, I was cooking IBCA, and then there were some folks that branched off and opened or started the Outlaw Barbecue Association. And so I've been cooking IBCA, Outlaw, and a little bit of some Lone Star.
So this is kind of off the cuff, but I just kind of thought of it. What is the main? You're one of the first people we've had on that cooks IBCA. What is the main difference between like KCBS and IBCA?
IBCA is just, I think there's one meat that's different is the pork. They don't cook pork in IBCA. It's just ribs, chicken, and brisket.
And isn't the point system different? Like if you get first place, you get 10 points. And 10th place gets like 1 point, and then that's how they figure the cumulative.
Right, draws down from there. Yeah, that's pretty much how the scoring system works in IBCA. They try to change it up and tweak it a little bit, and I don't think it was working so well. And then they tried something new. They had gone to the computer system. They were working on the computer trying to get that going, and I don't think that was working out too well. So they went back to I don't know if they haven't cooked IBCA in a while because I've been cooking mostly Outlaw. And Outlaw does everything on pen and paper, so they like to get down to the nitty gritty. They don't want any glitches and things of that sort, so they keep it simple, pen and paper, and let's get it.
There's no certified judges though for IBCA, is there? They pulling judges off the street.
Just judges off basically out from the streets. Anyone can come in and judge. You want to judge, you come up there and they'll tell you what to look for, and just go from there.
And is there a certain amount of rounds of judging, or how does that? Because I've heard you have to turn in half chickens there, not like thighs or legs or.
Right. Yeah. It's straight half chicken halves. It was 2 chicken halves from the get go, and then now I believe they've narrowed it down to 1 chicken half now. So it's a small round of judging, depending on I believe how many teams are in the comp.
So they just each judge just kind of tears off a piece and goes. They don't really have like
Yeah.
their own thigh or their own leg or okay.
No, that's just and they don't. That's pretty much they'll give you a plastic knife and a plastic fork, and they're cutting off a piece, and that's how they taste test.
What's the turn-in window? Is it every hour, every half hour?
It was an IBCA. It was 12-1 and 2 or something like that. Outlaw is 12, 130 and 3 or something. I can't remember. I just got back into it like recently this past heavily. Last year we didn't cook a whole lot. I had a lot going on last year, so I didn't really cook a whole lot of competitions. But this year we started off this past weekend, and it's looking like it's going to be a good year, hopefully.
Yep.
That's a lot of time between turn-ins.
That is a long time between turn-ins.
Yeah.
You could about start drinking and get halfway toasted by the time your next turn-in comes in and forget about it.
Hey, brother, trust me, it's happened. Yeah, we're used to it now. We just kind of deal with it. I mean, it's one of those deals where you get that done and you start looking to your next meeting, making sure everything's ready to go. And there's teams that make it. Some teams don't make it to the turn-in. It's unfortunate, but it happens.
Heck, I sometimes think half hour is not long enough though between some of ours. So
yeah, I wouldn't know how to act if we only had a half an hour to turn in for the next protein. I'd be running around like a chicken with no head.
So who is your biggest barbecuer mentor?
Oh man, I have so many. I'm a big fan of CJ Clarence. Man, there's a lot of good cooks out there. Bill Purvis is awesome. I love watching him cook, and
Yeah.
Sterling Smith. A lot of those guys are super awesome cooks. Rick Bocanegata, he cooks Outlaw. James Dodson, I love him, man. He's an awesome guy. He cooks Outlaw, and he's down there in Houston right now as well. They did pretty good. I think he had a call or two down there, I believe in Brisket or something like that.
I think Purvis cooked it too, didn't he?
Yeah, Purvis is down there in Houston as well.
So, what's the biggest competition you have done?
Actually, that was last year at the end of the year. It was the Outlaw Invitational. There was, I believe, 45 teams for the Invitational, and then there was 29 for the Open.
How'd that go for you?
Again, that was the year that we didn't do a whole lot of cooking. I got in there. I was inconsistent. I didn't really do what I should have been doing, and I didn't get any calls that weekend, unfortunately. Got drunk, but I didn't get any calls.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun, though. It was a blast. I mean, I love cooking Outlaw. There's a lot of great cooks out there, a lot of guys that you can learn from and stuff like that, and they're willing to teach you and they help you out. It's a blast.
So is that what you love most about competition barbecue, or what's one thing you love most about it?
Absolutely. I think the thing I love most about barbecue competitions are, getting to meet all the new people, learning a lot. You never stop learning in barbecue competition. You're always going to learn something new every day. I mean, it's wide open for knowledge. I mean, there's so much knowledge you can gain from all these cooks out here. There's a lot of great cooks out there.
Yes, there definitely is. Even anything from a local competition to the American Royal, there's always something to be learned at a comp.
Absolutely. Even the backyard comps, you have fun with your little buddies. We do one here at my house, as a matter of fact. Every now and then we'll get about 14, 15 teams together and just get out here and have fun. And, we'll bring in 3 judges and, just have a good old time. But I mean, you still learn from those guys, from the backyard guys. Those are the ones you got to be worried about sometimes at comp, because that's what people love, especially when you get judges from like Outlaw, IBCA. Those judges are just backyard people or people that go and eat barbecue in their backyard, so that's what they want in the competition. That's what those people are looking for, because you have your tenderness and your taste, but and they'll tell you what to look for as far as being a judge. But that's one of the things that I love about it. I mean, it's just like I said, there's something new you're going to learn every day, and you never stop learning.
Mm-hmm.
So is appearance not a score in Outlaw?
I'm sorry?
Is appearance not a score in Outlaw? Is it just
appearance is not a score in Outlaw. I don't believe it's not a score in IBCA either.
So you don't have to worry about making boxes pretty and garnished and
throw them in the box and make them taste good. I mean, you have your rules. You want your meats running parallel with the hinge of your box, of course, in IBCA and Outlaw. But for the most part, it's just taste and tenderness is what they're looking for. And IBCA and Outlaw, they want that meat to fall off the bone. They want that meat to pull apart super easy. That's different in some sanctions. Some sanctions they look for the bite through and things of that sort. They don't want the meat falling off the bone on the rib. But as far as IBCA and Outlaw and Lone Star, they want everything falling off.
So it'd be overcooked by KCBS standards, but it's
definitely overcooked by KCBS. Yes.
So what got you started in competition barbecue?
So I was saying back in 2020, the Texas barbecue chapter, they put together a competition, and that's the one that we went to. We started cooking there, and we RGC'd that one. Had a blast. There was quite a few teams there, and we just got hooked. We had fun, and that's when we started meeting people and started learning of all these amazing pit masters out there, and it just made it fun. Being able to go out and meet people and do what we love, which is cooking barbecue.
That is very true. So do you make your own rubs and sauces at all, or?
No, I don't make my own rubs. I don't make my own sauces. I have quite a few sponsors, for those products. And I mean, I look forward to having those products follow me every year, and hopefully, we can do something with it.
So what smokers do you cook on for home and competitions?
At the house, I'm a big fan of my, I've got a Masterbuilt 1050. I have my 22-inch Weber kettle. I love that, as well as my Kamado Joe. I love the Classic 2, the Kamado Joe Classic 2. It's an amazing pit. Or it's more of an egg type, but it's a pretty.
So what do you cook on for comps?
Comps like drums.
Gateways or Hunsakers or homemade or?
They're homemade. I made them here at my house. Yeah, I made them myself.
I'm partial to the homemade drums.
Yeah, buddy. He did all the cutouts for me as far as my grates and things. He made my fire basket and all of that, but everything else. I mean, we put it all together here at my house, and we went from there. And I helped them build theirs, and we cook together all the time. And we love using them in comps. They're really good. They're efficient. They're not time consuming. You set them, and it's basically a pellet smoker with charcoal. You set it and forget it. I mean, it'll hold temp. It'll hold 300 degrees which is what I like to cook at. It'll hold it for the whole day as long as I'm sitting there. I'm just sit there and relax, and I don't have to too much babysitting on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I did a practice cook on ribs today. I think I may have went outside 4 times, and 2 of that was to put meat on and to wrap it. I mean, I just dialed in all day.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely amazing. I love them.
Once you get the little learning curve out of them, there's not much to them.
Right. Yeah. You get down, and then you start learning all the little tricks and traits to them, and you shouldn't have any problems with them. They pretty much cook themselves. They do everything for you.
Yes, they do. So what advice do you have for any up-and-coming barbecue cooks wanting to get started into competitions?
Consistency, man. That's probably one of the most important things in competition. You want to stay consistent. For a while there, I was falling off, and I can remember, and I was talking to the guys. I was like, you know what? I need to get back in my spiral and just go back to what I was doing, last year or the year before. And because we had a pretty good year, 2021, 2022. Yeah, 2021. We were rocking and rolling, man. I just stuck to my spiral. I took a James Dotson class, and he's an amazing cook, and he's really helped me out. And I've gone from there. I try not to stray away from that spiral now. I just stay consistent and ask questions. Ask questions. Those guys at comps, they're not going to turn you down. I have a lot of guys that are willing to help you out.
Yep, you just gotta ask.
Yeah, definitely don't be afraid to ask questions out there.
What's the biggest comp you've been to?
I think that the Outlaw Invitational was probably the biggest comp I've cooked in. It was right at 40, 45 teams in the Invitational and 29 in the Open.
So do you have any sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, absolutely. There's quite a few. King Louis Meat Apostles, Michael Goff, amazing guy. Love him. That guy takes care of me. He's a phenomenal man. He's an amazing guy.
He sponsors the show too, so
yeah.
and our YouTube channel. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Texas Barbecue Chapter, Joe's Meat Market, Papa Joe's Sauce, Famous Cornhole. He's a great guy. He's right here from down the street from my hometown, and he helps me out a lot. There's a few I'm trying to think. I didn't make a list. I obviously failed this part. But yeah, those all my sponsors, man. I want to thank them all. They're all exceptional, freaking amazing sponsors, man. They take care of me super well. I'm proud to be part of their team.
What's your inside the states? What's your favorite barbecue restaurant anywhere 50 states?
That's crazy that you asked me that question. You know, but I'm not even a real big fan of eating barbecue.
Wow. Favorite pizza joint?
Favorite pizza joint? It's right here down the street from me. It's I can't remember the name. What is it called? Craft Pies is the name of that place. It's amazing. Brick oven pizza. It's delicious. If I had a choice, I would say, as far as barbecue, somewhere close to me, Cadillac Barbecue. I love it. It's up here in North Texas. It's an amazing place. I like it. Cadillac Barbecue is really good.
I was gonna say, you live in Texas and don't like barbecue? I mean, I've thought about going to Texas just to eat the barbecue.
Well, so here's the thing. I cook so much of it because I do a lot of catering as well as, on the side. I don't just do competitions. I do a lot of catering, and I'm just constantly, every weekend, my servers are lit. So I'm just not a big fan of it. I guess I'm just worked out on it.
Yeah.
On it. I tried Franklin's last summer. That was a pretty good one.
I haven't tried Franklin's yet. I'm been aiming to go down there. It's on the list. I'll get down there and try it. I'll try barbecue. I'll eat it, but I'm not going to go out and make an effort to after I'm done cooking at a competition or after I'm done doing a catering, I want a cold ham sandwich or something. You know what I mean? I'm
anything but barbecue. That's how I am after a comp.
Yeah.
Anything but barbecue.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've stopped.
Matter
I've
of fact,
stopped for burgers. I've stopped for ice cream after a comp. Just anything but barbecue.
Yeah, we this weekend, and we were at the VFW at the Elks Lodge in Irving, Texas here, and I went in there and ordered me a burger. I didn't, that's what I had for dinner or lunch while I was there. I'll eat it. I'll eat it if it's there, but I'm not going to go out and make an effort to go and get it. I'd rather have something else.
I completely makes sense, especially if you cook that much.
Absolutely.
So, what's one thing you wish you could change about competition barbecue?
I don't know that there's a whole lot that I would change about competition barbecue. It's the people that I'm involved with in the competitions. They're amazing people. They come to me with open arms, and I do the same with the new people that are coming in as well. Like I said, I'm not afraid. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I'm not afraid to ask questions. Those guys out there in the competition circuit, they're great people, awesome cooks, and they're always willing to help someone out. I don't think there's too much I'd change about the competition barbecue scene.
Do you cook Wagyu briskets in Texas for comps?
Yes, cook Wagyu. I cook a lot of prime too. It just depends on how big the comp is. If it's a big comp, there's a lot of great. We'll go with Wagyu. But if it's a smaller one, 25, 30 teams, we're going to do a nice high-end prime.
You have any aspirations of cooking the American Royal one of these days in our neck of the woods?
That's a goal, man. That's definitely one of my goals. I want to get up there and cook one day in the Royal, the Jack Daniels. Those are goals right there. The Houston Rodeo, San Antonio. I'm hoping I can get a call from somebody and say, "Hey, you want to come help out?" That would be awesome.
I've heard the Houston Livestock Rodeo show is pretty prestigious to even get invited to cook it.
Yeah, it's a costly event. I don't know. I think I heard someone say something about like 10 grand is what you're going to pay to get in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty pricey.
Yeah, it is pretty pricey.
It's
the Royal's a good time. It's on my, like I said, it's on my bucket list to cook. Brian's been there a few times helping.
Yep.
The Thursday to Sunday makes it a long, even Wednesday for some people through Sunday makes it a long week.
Yeah, that's and I think it's like a pretty big party down there from what I hear.
It's like a party / family reunion, and then a barbecue contest breaks out. Like people are there more for the family reunion than the barbecue contest. It's like, oh yeah, besides the fact it's a family reunion, now it's a barbecue contest. Like it's as a side note.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's a homecoming. It's a great time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I hear. I've got some down there right now. They're down there with Uncle Steve. He has his own line of seasonings. They're down there with him, and they seem to like it. They went last year with them, and they praise it. They say it's a blast.
It's a great time, but like I said, it's a long week, so I might have to have a trailer by the time I even think about cooking it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something with some AC in it. It's
always good.
So, what's the future look like?
Well, I mean, I think this year we're going to get out and we're going to cook a lot more comps this year. Hopefully we can, like I said, I want to stay consistent. I'm going to get back in my spiral and I'm going to stick with what I've been doing. And I went back to my spiral this weekend for the first time, and, I had a couple of good calls, and the proof is in the pudding. Stay consistent, do what you do, and don't try to change too much, because, it'll pull you away from good things.
Yeah.
Michael Goff said it's all about laughs and cold beer. Ain't that the truth?
Oh, yeah. Michael Goff, man. Michael Goff and I are huge Natural Light fans. We're the Team Natty.
I knew there was a reason I liked that guy. I grew up with Natural Light. That's what my dad drank for years.
That's absolutely my favorite beer.
Plus, I went to college for 4 years, so I got used to drinking cheap beer.
There you go.
Maybe it's mostly water. I don't know. That's why I like it. I don't know, but
that's what a lot of my friends say, man. Until they start drinking, and the next thing I know, they're sitting there passed out beside me.
Yeah.
Not so much water, is it?
No, they always say that. But so, what social media do you have? I know you're on Facebook.
Yeah, I have Facebook. I have TikTok. I have a TikTok page. I have what is the other one? I can't even think of it. Instagram, yes. I have an Instagram page. I haven't been on there in a while. I do everything I do is mostly on Facebook, though. I do a lot of things on Facebook for the most part.
So we're also on TikTok. We do some crazy every once in a while. Brian will do some crazy stuff like put rub on hot dogs.
Hey. Marshmallows, hot dogs.
I feed my dogs on TikTok after my boy drops a burger patty on the ground, and
that's the best rub you could possibly use right there. 5-second rule.
Yeah. Well, I was teaching my boy how to grill burgers, because even our YouTube, we just do whatever we feel like doing. Like I teach my boy how to do hot dogs, just whatever we're cooking on the weekends, that we make a video out of it. We just have fun with it. Right. So my boy was flipping burgers, and he just went to flip one, and it just fell right on the ground. I'm like, well, the dog gets that one, so we just made a video out of it. We're feeding the dog at the end the burger, and
hey, your animals got to eat too, man. You got to take care of those guys as well.
My wife actually asked me today, and she's like, what's the your target audience for you the YouTube. And I said, we just have fun. We just like anything cooking wise, barbecue wise, whatever. We do anything from the competition guys to the backyard people.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah.
We just enjoy it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna I subscribed to your channel recently, and I'm definitely gonna stay tuned and stay in contact with you guys, and definitely continue to follow you guys.
Oh yeah, like I said, you're on the King Louis Meat Apostle team too. So
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a great team to be a part of.
It is. He's a good guy. He just scored a bunch of awards down at NBBQA with us.
Oh man,
him and Brian both cleaned up.
Yeah.
He was on down there. He's got some great product. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. It was fun down there with him.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy, man. Michael Goff. I can't say enough great words about Michael Goff. He's been so good to me and my team, and he's just an amazing guy all the way around. Him and his wife, they're amazing people.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Made some ribs today with his and Brian's rub, and I turned them in all day long. It turned out dang good.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
For crappy quality ribs, I went to the Walmart and you about could see through some of them ribs. I'm pretty sure, like they were just paper thin, but they turned out okay.
Right, nice. Yep. I mean, yeah. There's nothing bad to say about Michael Goff for sure.
No.
Brian, you got anything else before we let him off and enjoy the rest of his night?
Yeah. Favorite dessert you do on a grill or in a smoker?
I've not really done much desserts. I'm gonna be honest with you. I stick to meats. But if I were to try something, I'm a huge fan of peaches, so I'd like to try to smoke some peaches and maybe do something with that, maybe in a cobbler or something.
Well, we actually have a video on the YouTube with the Masterbuilt Gravity. I did a pizza with my brother out in Virginia.
Nice.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out.
Yeah. Of course, see, Bradley's the sane, keeps me in line one. I'm the one that's the crazy one.
Yeah, you got to have a little bit of both.
I'll tell you what, man, my team is loaded with crazy folks. Those guys are animals.
There's one thing about this YouTube that's kind of nice is we're like, kind of like I did tri-tip like a brisket. Never had it that way before. But you know what? We're going to cook it and find out. It might be completely god-awful.
Right.
Yeah. So if there's something somebody wants to have tried or have us try cooking it, we'll give it a shot. Could come out terrible, but we'll find out.
Yep.
It happens. Happens to the best of us, brother.
Sometimes the best videos are the ones that don't go as planned.
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
no, it was great having you on.
Yes, thank you for coming on.
It was great being here. It was a pleasure, man. And I enjoyed it. Thank you guys for having me. And, I greatly appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
We'll look at getting out to you or reaching out to you probably end of the season, see how everything went.
Yes, we might do that.
Sounds good, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.